Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special unscheduled episode of Capconia live stream. Today in my town was Pride, and I was supposed to volunteer there, but it turns out that I have issues with large crowds, though I was not able to do so. And I thought instead I would do the next best thing, which is stream a video game. Now this game, you may see in the title, is called Caper in the Castro. It is the first ever openly gay video game. It was originally distributed as what's called charityware. You could get the game for free. The developer just asked that you make a donation to an HIV or AIDS charity. This was in the late 80s, when homosexuality was not just frowned upon, but in some parts of even the Western world still illegal, and HIV and AIDS had a real stigma associated with that as well. So this is something that is both a social issue that I'm aware of and also an extended family issue as well. So I thought we'd take a look at it since it's an interesting video game. It's a mystery game, which is the sort of thing I like to play. Now, it was on the Mac, so I never got to play it at the time, but it is now available legally on archive.org. And so I will be, in the spirit of things, later making a donation to a charity, but I thought it would be fun to play the game. So let me just switch over. I'm going to have to do a window capture because, as I said, it's through archive.org. So we're just going to grab it from here. There we go. So this is what a Macintosh display back in the day looked like. You can see it's black and white and nothing else. I spent over an hour trying to get a Mac emulator to work on my desktop a few days ago. I was up till almost 1 in the morning, and then I discovered after the fact that I could just play the game online. So that's what we'll be doing. Now I'm going to at least temporarily stop the music because I think there's some sound in the game, but I'm not sure how much. Now you will notice, or you might notice, when you look at the icons here, that I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. No, well, you can't see it, but my mouse cursor doesn't quite line up with the mouse cursor you see on the screen, which is kind of difficult. So for instance, right now, the mouse cursor on the screen is towards the right of the icon, and mine is actually on the opposite end. But let's see if we can make Rocket go now. And if there's no music, I'll put the music back on. Excuse me. So I didn't test this other than to make sure that the emulation ran. So not just a game. It's a game. Caper in the Castro version 1.0. Oh, flashing light warning, I guess. Again, lesbian-based adventure mystery game with sound, text, and graphics. Caution, this game includes scenes of violence and other material which may be inappropriate for persons under the age of 18. Please use discretion. This game is a work of fiction, and any resemblance to actual places, incidents, or people, be they alive or dead, is entirely coincidental. Let's go and look at the About game. Just see here. Written and illustrated by C.M. or Kathleen M. Ralph. Copyright 1989. For Danny, through the example of your life, I have learned that it's not important to love what you do, but rather to do what you love. Many other also nice recognitions. So as you can see, every programming precaution has been taken to enable this game to perform equally well from an 800K disc, so that is a little over half 1 megabyte. So that would be probably about the equivalent of 30 seconds of an MP3 that was encoded only half decently. Some sounds do perform at a higher quality when played from a hard disk drive. Distributed free of all known viruses. Alright, let's click anywhere to go on. I wrote this game as a labor of my love for the gay and lesbian community. If you enjoy playing this game, I would ask that you make a donation to the AIDS-related charity of your choice. For whatever amount you feel is appropriate, I call this charityware. Click anywhere to get back to the game. Now, interestingly, you could buy this game in stores, but it was specifically in specific stores in San Francisco. Elsewhere, you had to download it off of BBSs, which are what people used before the internet was widespread. All right, let's see here. We've got home, game introduction, play the game, help and tutorial, and install button. Alright, so let's see what the introduction is. Alright, I'm going to start the music since I don't think there is any, at least right now, going on. We'll see if it comes back later. I will turn it down a little, though. You are the world-famous lesbian private detective, Tracker McDyke. You are searching for a kidnapped drag queen, Tessie LaFemme. What you didn't count on was stumbling onto an even larger and more treacherous crime. It's 3:05 a.m. You've just been awakened by a phone call from your old friend, Tessie LaFemme. She sounded frantic and asked you to meet her in front of the game room, a favorite hangout of yours. She said she'd be there in 15 minutes. She started to say something about getting the goods on Dulligan Straight Man, notorious fiend and villain. Or you could ask Tessie what she meant. She was cut off. And read it. Alright, let's play the game. Okay, so here we are at the game room. You peer through the window, but only see the dark shadows of tables and chairs. Same thing, okay. The door is locked. It would appear everyone's gone home for the evening. Alright, let's see here. Up here? No. Anything up here? No. Let's go right. Oh, right. There we go. Yes, if you see me misclicking, it's because the icon does not line up. There we go. This used to be the gay apparel clothing store. It burned down last week under mysterious circumstances. The proprietor, Mr. Naui, Don R., was killed by smoke inhalation. He lived in the apartment upstairs. See, get it? Don R., Naui, gay apparel. Can I go inside? I can't. Oh! Good lord. The stairs are badly burned and weakened by the water damage. This was Mr. Naui's safe. The fire was so intense it melted the combination lock into one piece. Oh, the lock is melted solid. Okay. It's some frayed electrical wire coming from what used to be the ceiling light. Can I go upstairs? Are you sure you want to try the stairs? Sure, why not? Oh, here lies a mediocre and unsuccessful private detective. Now, kids, this is what games used to be like back in the day. Sure, choices matter. The choice that you can make is whether or not you want to die. Right, so we will not go up the old rusted, burnt-ass stairs. Let's go this way instead. There we go. Dulligan Straight Man and Associates. Inside you can see a desk and a filing cabinet. The room looks unoccupied. Door is locked. Oh. What do I want to open? Door. The pick jammed. Think of something else. I'm thinking... shadows behind the curtains. You notice something moving. Locked. Let's see, I'm gonna guess I can't do it a second time. Window. Don't be silly, teehee. Okay. Ugh. Can I get the dang... Alright, there we go. If I move left and then right and then left again, it kind of lines up, kind of. The Red Herring Cafe. Can't look in the windows here. I guess I have to go in the door. Would you like to be seated? Sure. Ooh, a menu. Red herring soup, $2.95. Red herring sandwich, $3.79. Pickled red herring, $2.79. Sweet and sour red herring, $5.89. Wow, that must be something special about that sweet and sour red herring. Today's special, red herring in banana sauce. Plastic flowers, Ugliosis chipiosis. For you botanical types, this can be had at J-Mart for $1.49 blue light special. What do I want to say? Later. Nobody can hear me. Alone again. Examine the menu. Further examination reveals nothing. Alright, I guess I'm done. I bet she always makes sure she spells it women instead of women. Ooh, topical. Sheesh, I'm not gonna say that. This guy seems happy. The food here must be very good. Now here's a solemn face. Must be he's picking up the tab. Glass of ice cold water sure would hit the spot right now. I want to say hello. Nobody can hear me. Alright. What if I shoot someone? I will not shoot someone. Alright, well I guess I'm not doing anything else here right now either. You hear gunfire and feel 2 bullets whizzing just over your head. Tough neighborhood. Jinkies. It's 3:30 in the morning. I doubt if the bank is open. Be careful not to set off the alarm system. Far too away to be able to see anything clearly. Still far too away. Far too away. Too far away. I want to examine the alley. Further examination reveals nothing. What if I examine the door? Alright, what if I examine the trash can? Oh, alright, I guess there's nothing to do here. Can I do that? Oh, okay, that's how I do that. Oh, what's this? It's a crumpled note. All it says is I equals E. Hey, what are you, a bag lady or a detective? I mean, I'm an adventure game protagonist, so yes. Done with the trash. Notes. There we go. I equals E. Oop, there we go. The door is locked. Can I pick this lock? You attempt to pick the lock, only to find that the keyhole has been sealed with plaster. I'm tempted to try to shoot my way through it, but I don't think that's a good idea. Club 102. You peer through the window, but can only make out some vague shadows and a light coming from the back room. Don't you know by now? The door is locked. Huh? It's a club. Why is their door locked? The pick jams in the lock. It doesn't work. Well, okay, fine. Good to know. What does this do? What do I want to look at? Door. Oh, I see. Oh, that's kind of neat. I like that. I'm looking. That's a neat mechanic. Been to the Red Herring Cafe. I went in here, but something bad happened. Oh, I got in my car. Room? Use the lockpick on what? Car. Car. Doesn't seem to work. Okay, can I just drive? This is the gear shift. Yes, I know. It's the gas pedal. It's a camera with a telescopic zoom lens, automatic focus, built-in light meter, auto wind with built-in clock calendar, but no film. Well-used map of the city. Alright, hold on. This must be the light switch. Okay. This knob says choke, which is probably what this classic piece of junk does most of the time. Womp womp. Let's see. Come on. Easy does it. Whoa, whoa. Come on. The hardest part of the game. Oh, I moved it so slowly that I went all the way to the other side. That was weird. Ah, come on, click. It's the windshield wiper switch. For all that for the windshield wiper switch. It's the horn. How do I make the car... The radio doesn't work, but how do I make the car go? Emergency brake. The clutch pedal. Oh, it's a manual. I probably don't want to drive it. Alright. That? The trunk is locked. It's my own trunk. Do I really have to open the trunk yet with this lockpick? But it's my trunk. Why do I need to... Trunk? Further examination reveals nothing. Okay. What about this mysterious stain? The red liquid on this bumper is not cherry soda, and it appears to be very fresh. Oh, this is not my car. Never mind. I just went into some rando's car. I thought this was my car, but it wasn't. I've just been casually moving around somebody's. Okay. Door is locked. Try to pick it again. Oh, I was able to open it. Uh-oh. It's the owner of the bar. He appears to be out colder than a mackerel. By the looks of things, I'd say he's been taste testing his own products. An empty bottle of old Stonewall Scotch. It's a letter addressed to the game room. Attention, owner. Examine the letter. Pay up for the month or you will find your bar redecorated just like your next door neighbor's place. Uh-oh. I know this place only too well already. Okay, so... Alright. This is a pain in the neck to navigate through, but only because of the dang. If I try to go up those stairs, I will die. Can I use this? Wires. Too dark to see anything here. Wires. Wires are red, black, and white. The red wire has been spliced into the black wire. Aren't black wires always used for grounding? Safe. Good. Not safe. I can learn nothing more from this. Okay. Stairs. And learn nothing more from this. Alright, alright, alright. Well, I know if I use the stairs, I'm gonna die. So... Oh. There's my cat. I don't know if you can hear her. The door's locked. There's no, like, just straight up interact button. Further examination reveals nothing. Okay. Pick the end. Okay. Well, I'll shoot the door. Oh, it worked. Okay. Oh, let's look at the file marked secret. It's a blank piece of paper. Paper. Further examination reveals nothing. Alright, how about... Use it later on what? Paper. $6469-102. Aha! 6469-102. Oh. Okay, something weird is going on with my keyboard here. 64. Oh. It does not like something. 69102. There we go. I'm gonna have to delete all of these. Yep. Okay. Aha. Joe's Carpentry and Electrical. Door, $30. Special electrical installation, $500. Well, I'm pretty sure... That's what I thought. Pretty sure I know what this is. Can I burn it too? Nope. Contract. This contract represents the sale of property henceforth referred to as Item 1 to the purchaser, Mr. Dulligan Straitman and Associates. Property is to be used as a beer and alcohol bar catering to a gay and lesbian clientele. To D. Straitman from Dr. A. Strangebird. My dear Dulligan, the vials containing the bacteria will arrive tonight on Flight 96 in a crate marked medical supplies. I suggest you put it in the beer or wine rather than the whiskey, as the 86 proof alcohol may have a damaging effect on the bacteria. Yours in service to humanity, Dr. Strangebird. Uh-oh, this person who can't spell is going to poison probably the gays and lesbians. Matches from the Club 102. There's a phone number written on the inside cover. 922-5489. Nine 922 5489. There we go. Plant. We'll need some watering soon. A letter. An envelope addressed to Straightman from LL. This drawer is locked. I wonder why. Drawer. Ah! It doesn't see. Why do I have a lockpick if I can't pick any locks? It's a bumper sticker. Landon LaDouche for president. Ugh. Do these have anything in them? Oh, what's that? Scribbled on the paper is Zimano Sebka, Q equals T. Alright, hang on. Zimano Sebka, O, Sebka, Q equals T. Map of the United States. There are little black pins stuck into the map around the Bay Area and Orange County. Seems to be a greater number of them in Orange County. Why would anyone want to hang an ugly picture like this? Nothing out there? Alright. Oh, it's just that one drawer for all three. Okay. I'm pleased to hear that everything is going as planned. We still need to settle that matter of getting rid of T and H. Better do it ASAP. Yours in public service, LL. Landon LaDouche. But who are T and H? Probably Trixie and me? I don't remember my name. What number do I want to dial? Well, it would be good if I cancel. Alright. You can only have one thing open at a time. 922-5489. 922-5489. You hear a click and get an answering machine. Hi, you've reached Joe's Carpentry and Electrical Contracting. Sorry, there's no one available to take your call. Please call us back during business hours 9 till 5, Monday through Friday. Thanks for calling and have a nice day. You hear a click and are disconnected. Alright. Oh, there's a look at this here. On the floor around the desk are smeared drops of blood, a sure sign that a struggle has taken place. Uh-oh. Oh no, gunfire again. Can I get into Club 102 now? Don't you know by now the door's locked? Huh? But can't I just knock on it? Hello? Nobody can hear me. Alright, let's get myself kicked out of the game. Door. Haven't you shut up enough doors already? I hate doors. So how am I supposed to get in if the door is locked? Well, I have a few ideas. For instance, I could probably use this here. See if I can shoot it. Shoot the door. Bang! It worked. It's a brick wall? Well, isn't that special? Huh. Well, developer, I hate you. Officially. That was just mean. Let's go back in here. Maybe I can have a seat at the Castro or at the... Alright, let's take a closer look at the vase. Nothing. How about at the flowers? Just one flowers, please. Nothing. Okay. Well, I haven't tried the map yet. What can I do with the map? Oh, I must be outside to use the map. Okay. Oh. Okay, well, great. Can I just... Is this like fast travel? Oh my goodness, they have fast travel. What in the world? Oh, well, they had medium speed travel. So I've been in here. Been in here. Oh, there's a safe in here. Right. So I will examine the safe. No, not the safey. The safe. And learn nothing more. It won't work. The lock has melted solid. Can I... There's nothing left to burn here. Okay. Well, it was a good idea, but it wasn't a good idea. Let's try. I've set off the alarm. Wee woo, wee woo. Critical error. I'm arrested for attempted bank robbery and taken to jail. By the time I make bail, it is too late, etc., etc. Surely I've been checkpointed. Wow, it just kicked me out of the game. That's something. Oh, right. The old Mac, you had to click and hold. You couldn't just click and drag. Or click and it wouldn't just leave it open. Alright, I guess I have to restart then. It says it has game, or sound, but I don't see any. Game help / tutorial. This is the game help card. To learn more about the option buttons, the map, or the graphics window, just click on that area of the screen. When you're through, use the introduction or let's play to take you back. Right. A dialog box will appear if asking you what you wish to say or who you wish to speak to, depending on the circumstances. Alright, let's play. Play the game. Alright, so door is locked. Hit the door. Look at the man. Look at the letter. Look more closely at the letter. Pay up for the month, or they'll burn us down. Leave. Go this way. Shoot the door. Look in here. Look at the secret. Use lighter on the paper. I'm going to use my own notepad rather than the notepad in the game. 6469102. Got ourselves the invoice. Got ourselves a contract. Got ourselves the letters. Close the drawer. There's this suspicious letter here. There's a bumper sticker for Lyndon LaDouche. Lockpick on drawer. Doesn't seem to work. Try it on the desk. It doesn't seem to work. Matches from Club 102. With the phone number 922-489. I don't think I have to dial this number, but I'll do it anyway. 22-5489. 489. Alright. Shows got a map. I don't think that I have to do all of these, but you never know. We got this one, which is Zumano Sebka. Q equals T. Yeah, tough neighborhood. I'm trying to go there. I can't click on it. I have to click on the map. Open that. I look here. I equals E. Dump in the trash. So here is Club 102, but they won't let me in. No, not the lighter. Hello. Nobody can hear me. Okay. But if I might be able to talk to somebody in the Red Herring Cafe. What do I want to say? Well, there's nobody to talk to, I guess. Hello. Nobody can hear me. Right. Glass of water, etc., etc. Yes, I'll be seated. I must be able to summon a waiter somehow, because I saw a screenshot where... Oh, can you hear me? Hello? You can hear me? Examine the menu. Nothing more. Can I burn the menu? No. Okay. Come on. I just want to click on a plate. No, can't get anything out of the plates. Okay. Alright, let's see here. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm gonna try to find a walkthrough for some of it. So, I couldn't shoot the door. But, apparently, I can shoot the windows. Sure? Sure, I'll take some wine. Oh, it had a vast stack. Oh, I died. Alright. Try again. I've got all of the notes, so I'm not going to bother with going through those notes again, because I don't think that the game has any sort of way to keep track of what you have and haven't done. I don't think they have any event flags. Say. I should have remembered that they were poisoning the drinks. So, shoot the bottles. Bang. A man. A man. Rodolfo the bouncer. You know where my money is. Apparently it's in the trunk. Hey, thanks, amigo. Feel free to look around. I'm out of here. Sure. Go to the restroom. At least that's not locked. M equals H. And puck. sink is brown with rust stains and cigarette burn marks. It's enough to gag a maggot. Another thing. The toilet is as filthy as the rest of the room. There's a crack in the bowl, which explains the water on the floor and the smell of mildew that hangs in the air. Half-used roll of toilet paper looks as if it's been recycled. Ugh. It's a wall vent, and in this room they certainly can use one. Well, apparently everything in this game is, when in doubt, shoot it. Bang! Uh-oh. Oh. I'm gonna drown. Very slowly. Act quickly or drown. What am I going to do? Swim. To where? The vent. Sure. Shoot the screws. At this point, I'm just reading the walkthrough because it is pretty much horrific. I don't... We're in 1989, Midge. This is the first ever gay video game. Paper in the Castro. And I'm legitimately just following a walkthrough at this point because it is... That's the only part of it that makes it worthwhile. Down the hatch. This shelf is stocked with wine. Cases of beer. Let's examine the wine. Bottles are dusty and the wine is cheap. Okay. How about the beer? The graphics are the best part of the game, actually. But this is also... oh, this is a Mac game, Midge. It's a Mac, so everything is black and white. Standard brand of bar beer. Alright, how about behind the wine? Okay, how about behind the port? There we go. Moving the bottles open a secret panel. So I see. Ah! The bookcase closes... There was a bookcase? I guess the wine was stored on a bookcase. I want to say hello. Nobody can hear you. Why does it even have a talk option when... Even when there are people in the game, you can't talk to them? Shoot the chains. I'm not going to shoot Tessie. Bang. Tessie unbolts the bookcase door and dashes out of the room, shouting, "Thanks, honey," as she runs past you. Got a bunch of whiskey. Fact check the pixels all you want. And again, I want to reiterate, because I don't think you were here at the beginning, this game was distributed for free on BBS's and only on disc in person in a couple of stores in San Francisco, from what I understand. It was described by the author as charityware. They said, if you enjoy the game, please donate to an HIV or AIDS charity. And so that's what I'll be doing after the stream. But even though I'm not exactly enjoying the game. So do bear in mind that this was a one-person game on a Mac. Yeah, oh yeah, this one is really from 1989. Yeah, it really is the first gay video game, as far as anyone can tell. The evil villain is a man whose last name is Straightman. Yes, there was a plot at the beginning of the game. I had to rescue Tessie LaFemme. I am Tracker McDyke. Yes, the bad guy's name is Straight Man, and that's that's the most subtle of all of the names, I would say. Yeah, it's definitely fun to learn about. It lacks a lot in execution, though. It's one of those games where if you know what they wanted you to do, then you can do it. Unfortunately, it being a charityware Mac game distributed only on... okay, apparently I won. Oh yeah, they are cool, but wait, what? Oh, the end? This is the same thing that happened when I accidentally didn't hit continue after I died to one of the stupid deaths. As far as I can tell, if I accidentally leave it, I have to quit out of this and then go back to reload it. Although maybe not. Welcome to... no, that's just welcome to HyperCard. So HyperCard is like the software that was used for making the games. And you can see it had like QuickTime, scripting, and graphs. So basically, imagine making a game in PowerPoint. It's kind of like that. But oh, and I don't know how familiar you are with the old Macs. I don't know if I like this anymore, Midge, but I keep forgetting that I have to click and hold to have a menu option. I don't know if that's still the case on Macs now. You would know better than I do. So I keep clicking on it and then getting frustrated. Also, and I showed this earlier, my mouse cursor is at the top of the... my actual mouse cursor is at the top left corner of the W. Not where the finger is pointing. Now it's at the bottom left corner of the W. It is now at the top of the H. You may notice that the actual icon that I used to click on things hasn't moved. Now it has. So it is, I would say, a good inch off at best, and also it must be something to do with the resolution, because now it's about an inch off to the right, and now it's about an inch off to the left. But it was an interesting game. I don't understand where they got the idea that it was a 2-hour playthrough, unless it was because you had to sort out every possible option, because I had to go onto Tumblr to find a walkthrough, of all things. It's very strange, because like I wound up just following a walkthrough, and I have all these notes that I made during the game that never came into play. I have a... no, that's true. I did not have to find the walkthrough on Grindr. I don't have that installed, so that would have been difficult. But yeah, I have all these notes here. There's what it looks like a combination for combination lock. What appears to be some sort of substitution cipher. But none of that ever came into play. With the walkthrough, I was basically able to go to one location, shoot open the window, because I couldn't lockpick the door, shoot the bottles, shoot the toilet, shoot the screws, shoot the whiskey, win the game. Well, I don't think there was any way, like I was saying, I don't think there's any event flags. So I don't think that there's anything that checks to see if you've done step A before you go to step B. So, like, I was able to lockpick one door. And one desk drawer, I think. No, I couldn't open the desk drawer either, I don't think. Basically, there are a lot of locked places, and I was able to open one with a lockpick. And all that was there was basically a letter implying that the place that burnt down was arson, and that the guy who ran the gay bar had to pay his... or not the gay bar, the gay... whatever store it was, game store, had to pay protection money. I guess it was a bar because he was drinking the wine that he had. But but there was nothing in there really. So I don't know. It was an interesting idea. I'm gonna try some other Mac games later because I really like the sort of black and white aesthetic, but I think I'm gonna have to either find ones that have been officially ported to PC, or luck out and find more that have been uploaded to archive.org, like this one was, with the endorsement of the creator. Because, like I said, I spent over an hour trying to get a Mac emulator to run on my PC, and eventually I got the Mac emulator to run, but I could not get it to load any discs. A whopping 824K program. You just got Windows working on your Mac. See if you could run a Mac emulator on the Windows emulator on your Mac. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Mac has made great strides in terms of being able to play games on them, but that just means that now you can play more than one or two. Back in the day, it was like, I think, Marathon and stuff like this, because Mac was very much the work computer. But hey, big news! I heard the iPad's finally got a calculator app, official. But so I guess I will do the time-honored tradition of ejecting the disk by dragging it into the trash. Progress bar 95. Oh, the disturb disk cannot be removed from the desktop because it contains the active system software. Well, how else am I supposed to? Well, I'm going to switch over since I'm done with that now. Close my paper in the Castro. Close that. I really, really like the black and white design on Macs, though. I really do. So I know that the Mac Venture games are on Steam, and they look like they have the option to toggle between the old school black and white line art type Mac and the at least one of them, I think all three of them, were ported to Nintendo, and so it looks like you could toggle between the black and white and the 8-bit color, which is kind of neat. So yeah, this I came across this game on Get Played, the podcast Get Played. I think it was last year's during Pride that they were doing it, that they covered it. And it's really it's an interesting piece of history, but it's hardly an undiscovered hidden gem. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it a diamond in the rough. It's cute. There were some lines of dialogue I could not bring myself to read out loud, lest I be taken out of context. But let me see if I can find any more information about it. Caper in the Castro. I know there was also an NPR piece about it. So here's what it says on the Wikipedia page if you're interested. Murder mystery video game developed by CM Ralph and released in 1989. It is the earliest known computer game to focus on LGBT themes. It was originally released for Mac computers and distributed freely on bulletin board systems as charity-ware to raise money for the AIDS epidemic. Gameplay. Caper in the Castro is a single-player point-and-click game where the player takes on the role of Tracker McDyke, a lesbian private detective, who must find her kidnapped friend and drag queen Tessie LaFemme. To accomplish this, the player examines various locations on Castro Street to search for information on LaFemme's disappearance. The setting is based on the historically gay San Francisco neighborhood, the Castro. Yes, exactly, especially with my voice, let's say. You do have to tread very carefully. So it was developed with Mac HyperCard, which is HyperCard is basically a hypermedia system, so it's kind of like an HTML hypertext coding system. It was developed over the course of 6 months outside of their full-time job in Silicon Valley. They mentioned that they were inspired to create the game so they could give back to the community. They had moved to the Bay Area in '88 and were so impressed and grateful for the freedom of the LGBT community there as compared to what they had lived with down in SoCal. They wanted to give back and raise money for charity, so they made the game a charity-ware game. distributed freely. It doesn't mention here, but I believe you could buy it in a couple of stores. Later in 1989, they straight washed the game and released it as Murder on Main Street, so they could sell it to a publisher that wouldn't carry an LGBT game. Yes, the cover is great. I miss those old days. Nowadays, it's kind of coming back with some of the art, but yeah, it's yeah, it was an interesting. I mean, it's kind of sad, but you have to bear in mind that in '89, like, it was still illegal to be gay in certain parts, even of the U.S. So, in 2017, CM Ralph found the original floppy disks while they were moving, and the director of the LGBTQ video game archive reached out to the Strong National Museum of Play to find a way to access the data on the floppy disks. And the digital games curator at the Strong, which is not linked, so I don't know what it is, came up with a solution so they could access the game. In 2017, it was uploaded to the Internet Archive, and in 2019, it was exhibited at the Schwules Museum in Berlin during Rainbow Arcade, the first exhibit on the history of LGBTQ video games. That's pretty cool. Yes, but it has to be a USB floppy drive or max of that time period. So here, let me see if I can. Here's the Wikipedia page I was looking at. So there's the floppy disk. I'm surprised that it was on a 3.5. I was expecting it to be on a 5 1/4. Because that means that they actually had up to 1.44 megs to work with. They only used about 800 900K. So I was saying earlier, roughly 30 seconds of moderately encoded MP3. So I guess this must be the. I think. Yes. Well, it's very 89 everything, but yes, especially very 89 gay. It has the raincoat, the lamppost. So that was that. I had intended to stream for a while to go through the whole game, but I've gone through the game now. Oh, yes, of course, the Richard Gere film based on film Cruising. That would make a lot of sense, yeah. I had thought of that, but yeah, that would be definitely the iconography from that. Was it Pacino? What's the one that has Richard Gere in it then? Isn't there a Richard Gere? Oh, I'm confusing Cruising with American Gigolo. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry. Yes, Al Pacino. Yeah. Oh. My very first auto mod. It tried to you got auto modded for Gigolo, Midge. But what if we wanted to talk about the classic David Lee Roth cover song "Just a Gigolo"? Or embattled failed comedian Rob Schneider's cinema trash Deuce Bigalow, male Gigolo, and Deuce Bigalow, European Gigolo. So yes, I think is the original from the David Bowie? Hang on, I have the internet in front of me. Let's look it up. Just Gigolo. It's a song. Well, it's not based on a David Bowie. Yeah. So, let's see here. Appeared in the 1930s film. The medley, Louis Prima, 1956. Lots of people covered it. David Lee Roth in 85. Barbie and the Kens, Marlene Dietrich, The Village People. Ah, you just think of it as belonging to Bowie. That makes sense. Tony Slattery from the British Whose Line Is It Anyway? Bing Crosby. Well, it's a veritable who's who. Louis Armstrong, Bing Crosby, Django Reinhardt, Thelonious Monk, Louis Prima, Connie Francis, Oscar Peterson, The Village People, Marlene Dietrich, David Lee Roth. This is crazy. Tiny Tim, Lou Bega, well, of course. That's insane. Oh, he played the Gigolo in the movie. Okay. I see now. I see. It's odd. It's always odd when it always strikes me as odd when there's a movie that has David Bowie in it and a famous song, and he's not the one who sang the song. I can't think of too many other examples, but it's just weird to see that. Oh, Dick Hyman. That's one of those names that you think is a joke. Is it the only one? I guess? Yeah, because he did all the music in Labyrinth. Well, all the song music in Labyrinth. He is, hang on. Hang on a second. I'm gonna go to a different window so I can spring it on you as a surprise. Never mind, I was wrong. Hang on, let me try one more thing here. Yes! Bela Lugosi's dead. From The Hunger. It's not an original song. But it is a famous song from a movie with David Bowie in it that he didn't sing. I would love to have heard David Bowie do Bela Lugosi's Dead cover. I think that would have been amazing. But I could understand why. Yes, I think it's the opening. I think it's in the opening scene. I think the opening scene is in a club, I think, and I think they're playing Bela. I think that's where they play it. Hang on. Pause my Spotify. Bring this over here.
Oh, wow.
Get a commercial.
For an insight in that data forever. Oh.
Hi.
I'm gonna find it.
Did you tell her about Sapphire?
No, I thought you did.
I love the unskippable
Tell her.
videos,
Oh no.
the commercials. Although I saw the other day when they used, apparently as a promo for Lego Movie 2, they played Lego Movie 1 as as an ad. So this is it. I probably won't play the whole thing so I don't get hit. Yeah, well, yeah, I gotta give out the money, that's sure. The sheer 80s vampirism. So yes, I think I'm not going to watch it because I don't want to get dinged any more than I already have. I've been lucky so far. I've only... Oh, I got one. Yeah, I think they're just in the... I think they're in it the way that Ministry is in AI. Except... Yeah, basically. So, they're in it to perform the song. Oh, you'll appreciate this. Guess what the only... Not the only, but the very first... copyright hit I got on a Twitch stream that caused my audio to be muted was. You'll never guess in a million years what it was. It was Snog. Of all the bands to hit you with a copyright, not a strike because all they did was auto mute the song, but of all of the bands, you were going to guess Snog. Yeah. To be fair, I think it's Metropolis, not Snog, that's behind it. But even so, I was gobsmacked. I was like, this is definitely going to be safe. I was like, I don't want to mess around too much. So I'm going to put this on as a relatively safe song that isn't just from the DMCA free playlists. And I got hit with that. And I think the only other one that I can think of is Backwards Monks from the Eyes Wide Shut soundtrack. Is it called Backwards Monks, Reverse Monks, whatever it is? And so for those two, I've gotten lots of other things where they're like, hey, just so you know, there's copyright on this when I upload my pods to YouTube. Because they're nice. They're like, just so you know, we found this copyrighted music. Yeah, the Monk one. So I get a lot of notices when I upload a bunch to YouTube. It's like, these people have copyrights to some of the audio in your video. We're just telling you it's not a problem, but it might affect it if you try to monetize later down the line. Or the ones where they're like, they have it, but they're okay with you using it. You get tons of those. But the ones where Twitch auto mutes it, those were the two that I can think of offhand. It was so weird. Because I went back to watch my VOD and the Snog song was the very first thing that was playing on my loading screen. And I was like, why is there no audio? Did I forget to turn on my audio? Because sometimes I do that. Like when I started yesterday's stream, there was something weird. See, I could understand Kubrick being uptight about copyright about his stuff. I was kind of banking on soundtrack music being less of an issue, but I guess that really only holds true for game soundtracks, where if they're allowing you to stream the game, they could be allowing you to stream the audio with it, although that's kind of a gray area when you get like famous songs in games. So some of them have like streamer mode and stuff. So I think, because this was just spontaneous, because I wanted to do something. Yeah, well, I remember, I don't know if you were paying attention to, like, many years ago, like, in the Wii and early years of Wii U, basically, Nintendo would just copyright strike you if you put up a Let's Play. They would hit you with a DMCA for violating the copyright by recording yourself playing the game. Thankfully, they've really relaxed about that, but there was a long time where, like, people who would watch like Achievement Hunter, who were part of Rooster Teeth at the time, but Rooster Teeth isn't around anymore, so that's why I'm using past tense. They just, like, their entire business model was basically around Let's Plays. They even had a Let's Play channel, and they just suddenly couldn't stream any Nintendo games. Even the ones that were popular and people wanted to see them stream, they'd be like, we can't play these. Not even stream, like record them. They'd be like, we can't because we'll get hit with a copyright strike, and so we don't want to deal with that. Yeah, it was really weird. Nintendo historically is kind of slow to take on. They're very big on moving in their direction, and they're very slow in getting in line with the rest of the technological world. Like, that's why GameCube was the system that didn't use CDs. It used its proprietary. Yeah, well, it's the Italian temper. He runs around with his fist clenched. He's like, let's go. That's what he's saying. Let's go. He's like, let's go, man. He's gonna give you the old one too. But yes, the hot Italian rage. She's full of fiery rage and spicy meatball. Hot Italian rage, you mean sausage? Yeah. Well, what do you think they put in that sausage? Rage and fury. But like Nintendo online, Nintendo is terrible for online play even up till now. It doesn't have a lot of very good online accessibility. It uses weird proprietary formats. It comes up with like the Labo. You know, it does like it innovates, and it ignores the stuff that other people are doing, and then the innovations that really hit, like the Wii and the Switch, and the innovations that miss. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about the hardware side of it, not the not any of the internet side of things, or the net side or anything, but like the Wii was a game changer. That's what brought about, you know, the PlayStation Move and the Microsoft Kinect. But then they went with the Wii U, and they completely fumbled it. But meanwhile, they had the DS, which made portable gaming a new thing, and then the 3DS, which made it even bigger. And then everyone was going mobile, and Nintendo was like, no, we're not going to do mobile games. And then they came out with the Switch, so they had this new mobile. The Switch is the oldest of... The Switch is roughly contemporaneous with the PS4 and the 360. So it is one generation behind, more or less, I think. I kind of lose track because the PS3 would have been because Nintendo doesn't quite line up. Like the Xbox and the PlayStation go more or less hand in hand, and Nintendo's kind of here and there. Let's see, I think it's been around for like 7 or 8 years now. Which release? 2017. So it's been around for a little over 7 years. Whereas the Xbox 360, no, not the 360, the Xbox One. So the Xbox One came out in 2013. Oh, it's because the one, it went Xbox 360 One Series S. Okay. Yeah, so the Switch came out 7 years ago. And in between was the Wii U, which didn't really succeed, although that was partly because oh, I just have a random stream safe playlist. So that was I don't even know what that last track was. Because it's on random, so I couldn't tell you. And I can't be arsed to battle with the Spotify software to find out what the history was, because I hate trying to figure out the recently played. Oh, no, never mind. On the Spotify app now, it has a recently played tab. It was The Door by Space 92. I think it was more of a hard techno. But, anyway, what I was getting at is, like, Nintendo does the weird things, like the Power Glove. Yes, Space 92, but no, not in all caps and with a space between the word and the number. Although that's a good guess. That's like, what is System 95 and Windows 96. And Space 92. Yeah, like Nintendo throws, like, they have the Power Pad, they have the Power Glove. I guess things with power in it don't go that well for them. So the Wii was a success, the Wii U was a failure. The Labo was, I don't even know what that, like, I don't even know how to, Nintendo Power did run a long time, that's true. I don't even know what you would describe the Labo as. Are you even familiar with the Labo? I feel like it's something that only certain smaller niche would have run into. The Labo is like Nintendo cardboard. Yeah, the thing that you could make a piano out of. You could make a bunch of other stuff with it too. Yeah, it was like thin wood, almost like cardboard or balsa wood. And it was like a cool concept. Now what? So at least it was cool and successful at what it was for. Unlike, say, the Power Glove, which was cool in concept, or if you prefer Wizard, so bad. But I don't know. I don't even remember where I was going with all of that. I can probably get rid of my window capture here. Oh, I should be in producer mode, then you wouldn't have to see everything that I was doing. What's this? I shouldn't click on links.
25 years of innovating has led to today. Today, your EV inspires your adventures. Get in a Kia Niro EV and see what tomorrow brings.
Kia, movement that inspires.
I'm John Carpenter, and this is the most important musical moment of my life. I attempt to play Nintendo Labo. All right, the Halloween theme.
Nope.
Stop. How do we stop it? I'll do it. I'll push it. Go away. I have no idea what this part. Frankly, this thing sucks. I have no idea what I'm doing.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
There we go. Well, considering he just sat down to play it. Considering he
This
just
thing is
sat down.
fucked. I'm sorry. It's completely
This is
Yeah,
the
that's true.
GMC Sierra.
It's a hard piece to pull off, though, in terms of like making it good other than the original. Like even the one that Trent Reznor and I think Atticus Ross did, I'm not a super fan of it. So there's all these different things, but it never really, I don't know. Oh, there's my cat. Yes, triggered by the Labo. It could be how it like triggers your brain. I don't know. It's probably a right wing snowflake who was triggered by it. Labo uses. What? Okay. I want to see a bit of this. From an event with my YouTube members and Twitch subs where we all used Labo controls. Well, what is wrong with the internet? I'll tell you, Midge. Everything. Everything is wrong with the internet.
Where is that shine?
Where's the shiny?
Where are they?
Come on.
I kind of need some.
So they're using, like,
Why is this tilting?
Wow, flawless controls.
Now back to normal. I'm like making left turns. I'm pretty much NASCAR right now.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, it was an interesting idea. Wow. Okay, maybe if I use the word Nintendo in there, I'll stop getting Korean skincare routines. Games I totally regret buying. The Nintendo Labo was a letdown. Game over, Nintendo Labo. Well, let's watch this one.
Nintendo Labo celebrates its 5th birthday today. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you own one of the kits? If yes, congratulations, you're definitely in the minority. While Labo was well received at first, the hype quickly died down. The innovative system that allowed you to power cardboard constructs with Joy-Cons was just too expensive. The target audience was young kids, but the people with money, aka adults, just weren't.
Adults don't have money. What are they talking about?
Replayability of the Labo games. Maybe we'll see a resurgence, but for now you at least know that Nintendo Labo celebrates.
At least we know that it celebrated its 5th anniversary. So yeah, it was an interesting idea. Yeah, I feel like it's probably going to be really popular with like homebrew hack type stuff. But I don't know about anything other than that. So yeah, that was that. And so when was the PlayStation 4 released? 2013. So you got 2013, 2013. And then the Switch came out in 2017. When was the Wii U was out in 2012. So technically, the Switch is current gen hardware because it came out after the Wii U, the PS4, and the Xbox One. However, it also came out in 2017. The PS5 came out in 2020, so it came out 3 years before the current gen stuff. So it's like half a generation older. But at the same time, Nintendo's not locked into the same sort of console cycle that PlayStation and Microsoft are, because they don't see themselves as directly competing with it, right? Yeah, exactly. Well, but think about like roughly 7 years seems to be about how long most consoles go. I think the Wii U was enough of a failure that they got the Switch out earlier, maybe, but also it was basically an iteration on the Wii U. If you look at the Wii U was very similar. It had little small console with a screen on it that you could move around and interact with. But the difference is it also had the main console. Whereas with the Switch, they basically just took the gamepad version of the part of the Wii U and made it the console. So I think it was almost like the Wii U was a prototype that shouldn't have been released, and they should have just stuck with working on the Switch. Okay, yeah, I can see the issue for taking the Switch as portable is not ideal, but at the same time, it's the only one. Like, unless you want to count the Steam Deck, which basically looks the same as, but slightly, possibly even less comfortable, if you ask me. An argument could be made that the Dreamcast was the Dreamcast was ahead of its time in so many ways. Imagine if we lived in a world where Sega had kept making hardware and stopped churning out shitty Sonic games. I've never held a Steam Deck in my hands, be they gay, little, or otherwise. But it just looks the same. Like, if you look at the picture of the two, Steam Deck versus Switch, like, it just looks more uncomfortable. Hey, it's bigger, it's bulkier. The only upside I could see is that you don't have the weird reverse control thing. At least it's, like, symmetrical, so you don't suffer for being left-handed versus right-handed. But look at the size. Like, this would... Yes, Barcode... Oh my goodness, Barcode Battler. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's perfect. Well, that kind of is what the... what would you call it? Wii U gamepad? Like, if you look at... Like, that is basically the Steam Deck. Right? Like, just look at that, and then look at the Steam Deck. Pretty much the same design. Yeah, Game Gear is similar, but Game Gear, I think, has a slightly smaller footprint. Yeah, the buttons are pretty small, and I understand there's a lot of issues with Joy-Con drift. I've never played much of the Switch. I played Mario Kart on it a bit, but it's more of the roommate's system than so I don't really play on it very much. But I don't know, it just seems like this is so big. Like, it seems, especially since the screen is pretty much the same size, they just made the controllers aspect really big, which is good for it not being everything too small close together, except looks like they're pretty much in the same size. The joysticks might be a little bit bigger, but I think that's just an optical illusion because it has the areola around it. Yeah, exactly. It looks like you'd have to hold... You're basically going to be holding it up at the top. Like, traditionally you hold... Well, I don't know what else you would call it. the bit around the joystick. Oh no, I'm pretty sure Areola is okay with I'm pretty sure Automod is okay with Areola based on some other chats I've been in. But if you think about a handheld game system, you normally hold it closer to the bottom. But this one, they've put all of the stuff that you would want to use regularly up at the top, and then they put like the start and... Oh no, not start, Steam and ellipsis buttons down towards the bottom. They also put the speakers towards the bottom, so if you happen to cup it wrong, you're going to be covering up the speakers. So, I don't know. I don't like the footprint of it. But now you got me thinking Barcode Battler. Yeah, look, it is very similar in design, except it has the barcode scanner there too. Yeah, I'll be on... I have too many tabs open. I'll be honest with you, I don't think there are grips on the other side. Back of... Never mind the fact that I always stumble over Steam Deck versus Stream Deck. There we go. Not only doesn't have grips per se, it has buttons, so you can arbitrarily tap the buttons by mistake, I guess. It does look like it curves a little bit, maybe, but no, this is a back plate. I don't want a back plate. I want to see what the actual back of the Steam Deck looks like. I imagine it must look similar, and so there are shoulder buttons up there. Okay, so this is the actual back. So you've got, look at that. It's got like it's like a fainting couch design. I mean, it's not terrible, but I'd have to see it in person. I feel like those would be too big, like too deep. I don't know. What is the slot in the back of the Steam Deck case for? I don't know. Yeah, like this. Hang on a second. What? Something. Hang on. Look at that. And then look at that. Are they both? Oh, it must just be the angle. Okay. No, look. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was looking at the angle, had me confused, and I thought that it was flipped around. But it's just because here you can see the tapered sides on this side, and there you can see it on that side. Never mind. Oh, like wrapping an old racer steering wheel. Yeah, it's the same. I thought that this one was sloped that way, and then this one was sloped this way. But no, you can see here they're sloped the same. You get a better shot on it here. Yeah, that was just my confusion. I wonder how much they go for on eBay. Yeah, it was a neat idea. I mean, nowadays you could do it with an app on your phone, no problem. In fact, I bet you somebody has. Let's see. You can get one for $49.10 plus $25 shipping from Australia. QR code combat, yeah. Mortal Combat. Let's see, Barcode Battler app. Barcode Knights. The sequel to Barcode Kingdom. There you go. I'm a barcode consultant for a software/hardware company, so this is an insta-buy. That's a sentence I never thought I would see. It looks like it's only for iOS, though. No, insta-buy. I'm sure he's totally not affiliated with the company that made it. A software/hardware company. Say a software/hardware company that develops games for the App Store? Now, I can't prove that. There's a tacky joke about Instabuy that is in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna make it. Free for a limited time. 1 yen. 1 yen? That can't be right. You know what? I'm gonna bust out my phone and see if it's on there. On the actual Play Store. Barcode Kingdom. I saw something I had never heard of. I was watching a video about failed tech ideas, and one of them was a barcode. It was a QR scanner before QR codes existed. The idea was that there would be in your magazines, your newspapers, there would be little barcode type things, and you would scan them and you would get more information about them. Which is kind of a neat idea, except it was a device that plugged into your desktop, so you had to read whatever you were reading basically at your computer. Let me see here. There's a QR barcode scanner, barcode lookup, barcode scanner, QR barcode scanner, Orca scan. Doesn't seem like it. So it was a neat idea, but unfortunately by the time the tech would have caught up with the idea, there's no need for it because nobody's reading those newspapers anyway. Oh, well, I don't think it was... I don't know how much data mining it could have been doing. It was long enough ago. Yeah, it doesn't look like they ever made it onto the Android store. There's lots of barcode scanning games, and there's lots of battling games, but never the twain shall meet. There's a barcode to Excel app, though, if you ever need to scan your barcodes into an Excel spreadsheet, I guess. What happened to all the barcode scanner games? All of them? Oh, yeah, inventory. Okay, that's fair. It didn't... I'm old, so it doesn't occur to me that you would need to run your inventory through your smartphone. But it makes perfect sense. Everybody has a smartphone now. If you can just do your inventory through your phone, you don't have to get a scanning gun. You don't have to worry about initializing your scanning gun and everything. When I would do inventory in my olden days, I just used the scanning gun, but it makes perfect sense now that everybody has a phone. Of course, it has to be someone that you... It either has to be a company phone or someone who you trust to have access to your store's inventory on their phone. But, yeah, you know, scanning gun, like you used to fight aliens, like Rom, Space Knight, would use when he was determining who was a dire wraith. And then he would banish them to limbo, but it looked like he was disintegrating humans because dire wraiths were shapeshifters. And so people thought that he was a bad guy, killing normal humans and disintegrating them, when really he was a good guy, killing evil shapeshifting aliens. Not even killing them, just banishing them to limbo. It didn't help. That he looked like that. Yeah, it doesn't like it if you write rapid fire message. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can do this. If I have option, click on you. Where is it? Here. That might help. I couldn't figure out how to VIP you, so I just made you a mod instead. I don't expect you to do any moderating. I just thought maybe that would make it easier for you. Yeah, now you have a little sword next to your name. But yeah, when they would see this guy coming along and disintegrating people, they tended to think he was a bad guy. Like when he did something like that. Here he was trying to convince the woman that he loved not to marry probably a shapeshifter. Anyway, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of ROM Space Knight, even though I did pick up Volume 1 of the Romnibus, which collects, I think, the first half of his series. But it's one of the coolest merchandising tie-ins because it was, I think, Galoob, and they were like, we're going to make this action figure line. Here is the first toy we're going to make. He's this cool-looking robot guy. That's all we got. Yes, Kavroom can be pretty intimidating. But the original ROM toy, ROM Space Knight toy, basically the developer said, here's this toy we've got, Marvel. Do what you want with it. And Marvel was like, oh, Parker Brothers, okay. And Marvel was like, cool, we're going to make a comic book about it, and here's all this backstory. The comic book ran for 7 years. The toy came out once. The end. It was abandoned, I think, within a year, and the comic kept going for 7 years. Yeah. So he was an essential part of the Marvel universe, but then they lost the license for a long time. So very strangely, a few years ago, another comic book company got the license to the toy. But Marvel owned all the rights to everything they came up with. So literally, all that the other comic book company had was the rights to the appearance of the toy and the name. I'm not sure what they were hoping to get out of that, but in the end, everybody was happy. You're gonna yawn, sorry. Oh, yeah. No, not that ROM, and not ROM Emanuel either. Not ROM from DS9, not ROM Emanuel, not ROM CD. Yes, ROM. None of those ROMs. Just that's why I kept saying ROM Space Knight, so you wouldn't get confused. Although now the idea of having ROM, the Ferengi, knighted. Great song. Oh. Well, this was an unplanned stream. I botched the volunteering for the Pride Parade today because it turns out I didn't. I couldn't handle parades. Turns out it's something that I am not good with because I've never been to a parade before, really. So I wanted to do something for Pride today, at least. But I'm gonna call it there, I think, because I have run out of hydration. So let's. Oh, cool. Hop on stream. I'll come check you out in a minute when you're, yeah, just hop on stream right now and I'll raid you. Standing by. Nice, here I come. Everybody, anybody who's watching, if anybody else is watching, raid Midge. And if you're not, unless you are Midge, if you are Midge, don't raid yourself. Why are you not there?